believe there is good out there. We oppose deception. Conduit closing. From Chief of Operations. To all governments, militaries and citizens of Earth. Subject: incident at the LOC, secret emergency ICC meeting, interrupted by a Zulu elder and the new Guardians. This is an official SSP Alliance release. The disclosures we have brought forward have been compromised. Fake secret space program veterans, super soldier imposters, and ET contactees have released considerable misinformation. To keep humanity from fighting for freedom, with a false sense of security, they are peddling the narrative that the Mars colonies, Moon, and Antarctica bases have been liberated from the gray alien and reptilian forces. To combat these counterintelligence campaigns, we are releasing a series of briefings, straight from our highest-ranking officers, without intermediaries. We strongly recommend that you disregard information that is not coming directly from us. In our last briefing, we presented important information on the reconnaissance delegation's observations of the tall gray bases on the Moon and the current solar system lockdown imposed by the interplanetary corporate conglomerate, ICC. This time, we will cover the incident at the LOC involving a secret emergency ICC meeting interrupted by a Zulu elder and the new Guardians. The ICC leadership held a secret emergency meeting in their secured conference room deep within the Lunar Operations Command Alpha, LOC Alpha, to discuss the new Guardians placing the Super Federation on notice. Shortly after the ICC meeting began, a Zulu elder appeared in the middle of the room. The Zulu are extraterrestrials with a magnificent striking appearance. Their presence is imposing, while they tower over others with their feathered headdresses, glittering armor, and dark skin that looks almost blue. The Zulu are extraterrestrials with super mental powers, which allow their shamans to fly, open portals, and affect how others see them. Even with their enhanced abilities, the Zulu is a peaceful, joyous, and celebratory civilization. Very little in the universe bothers them, and they do not even mind being called the Zulu, a military designation assigned to them by the ICC decades prior. On the rare occasion, when something threatens their lives, they defend themselves by counteracting in the same manner they travel, by opening wormholes in space. In March 2017, Good described witnessing firsthand a sniper about to assassinate a Zulu. Every time the sniper rested his finger on the trigger, a small black portal opened in front of the Zulu's head. Every time the sniper let go of the trigger, the portal disappeared. When the sniper finally pulled the trigger, a portal opened in front of the Zulu. The bullet harmlessly passed through the portal and emerged from a new portal facing the sniper's head, assassinating the assassin. After the sudden appearance by the Zulu elder at the ICC meeting, the special ICC guard responded immediately, with firearms approved for security use inside spacecraft and bases. The Zulu elder, who goes by the name Emmy, had a huge smile on his face, with arms folded behind his back, in a non-threatening way. Suddenly, the security firearms were lifted out of their hands, slammed to the ceiling, where they stayed as if held by a giant magnet. Then, similarly, the security members were forced to the ground, where they struggled, until the Zulu elder finished with the reason for his visit. Emmy explained he was there to deliver a message to the ICC, as a representative of the new Guardians. He stated that the ICC would be held accountable for all Dark Fleet crimes. The Dark Fleet traveled the galaxy, with the Orion Group and some rogue federations from the Super Federation, who will also stand trial for their crimes. Emmy then introduced the new Guardians, who suddenly appeared in the conference room, as he did a few moments earlier. The new Guardians began to point to various members in attendance, who immediately began acting strangely. A third of the attendees began to curse and writhe, like they were in pain as they fell to the floor. The other attendees began to physically distance themselves from the attendees lying on the floor, as if they knew what was happening. Emmy said to them, "Just so you can't say the devil made you do it," and then started to move his arms around slowly, while cocking his head strangely, and breaking into a tribal dance. The attendees watched in disbelief, when Emmy suddenly ended his dance, by dropping to one knee, clapping his arms and hands together, and sending a shock wave through the conference room. The attendees on the floor started convulsing, as wispy shadows of entity attachments lifted out of their bodies. Everyone present began to clasp their heads, as the AI god's signal was temporarily blocked from their nanites and implants. Then, Emmy listed all crimes that occurred, under the quiet direction of the ICC, including the current solar system lockdown. The ICC members were again informed that they would stand trial next to the Orion Group and their allies from the Rogue Federation groups. Emmy then laid out how the AI god betrayed and took over every civilization that embraced AI technology, and the ICC's complicit plan to bring AI Trojan horse technologies to Earth and the solar system. The Zulu and the New Guardians then disappeared, leaving the attendees in complete shock and terror. Emmy visited Gonzales, the SSP Alliance, the joint city of the 7 inner Earth groups associated with the Ansher, and the other members of the local Confederation of Planets, where he shared the experience with us, holographically. We inquired from our SSP Alliance sources if they were aware of any incidents at the LOC Alpha during this time frame. We received confirmation that something significant happened at LOC Alpha, but could not obtain any additional details, other than that those in attendance were visibly distraught. The SSP Alliance was also able to confirm that, after the incident at LOC Alpha, the ICC demanded a meeting with the leadership of the Orion Group and allied Rogue Federation groups in one of their secured corporate cities on Mars. There, they came up with a plan to double down on their transhumanist efforts on Earth. Good has been talking openly about the extra-dimensional and extraterrestrial AI threat since June 2015, when he described an incident where a dampening field was created around a body of a killed reptilian to prevent immediate disintegration. The preservation of the body allowed for an autopsy, which revealed a complete infestation of the killed reptilian with artificial intelligence nanites. Different ET races and the SSP are worried and upset that certain factions of secret Earth government syndicates heavily rely on this AI, prevalent in multiple galaxies. Like the reptilians, they have become AI prophets who worship the AI god, who helps them gain power and control by predicting probable futures. Emmy stated things would worsen for the Earth surface population, but that the open tyranny was the catalyst that would anger and awaken the masses on Earth, as it did on Mika's planet and several others that are now members of the local Confederation of Planets. On Mika's planet, a tiny percentage of his people started to awaken and spread the horrifying knowledge about the Orion Group's influence in their world. Some began walking off work sites, leaving their jobs, and protesting. The more Mika's people heard about the ET presence and influence on their planet, the more their government became totalitarian. Mika explained that, before any population rises to liberate itself from the tyrannical ET groups, they must first realize the depth of evil, which acts as a catalyst to collapse the corrupt and enslaved government systems. When the percentage of awakened people on Mika's planet reached critical mass, their people called on the One Infinite Creator for help. Initially, they started having dream contacts and limited physical contact with several higher consciousness groups. The Blue Avians and Zulu assisted them by clearing out ETs from their solar system after the surface population liberation. Soon, we will see more and more people rising to stop participating in the system that has willingly enslaved us. Once we reach critical mass, everything will change almost overnight. Not surprisingly, this is the reason for the aggressive misinformation campaigns. In the next briefing, we will elaborate on the liberation of Mika's planet. Be patient, be strong. We are in this together.
This is Corey Good, and this has been an official Secret Space Program Alliance update.
For more updates, go to ascensionworks.tv.